Shan's Nails, the ultimate nail salon with the ultimate nail experience. Have your nail done by one of South Florida's best nail tech. Come on down and be pampered by one of the best in the business. At Shan's Nail Salon, everyone feels at home. Our nail techs will go above and beyond to ensure that you get the best of your experience. With a 5.0 Google review, who will want to go anywhere else? Shan's Nails is located at 3201 Inverary Boulevard. That's in Lauderhill. So call now and make your appointment at 954-444-1474. That's 954-444-1474. Visit Shan's Nails for the ultimate manicure and pedicure experience. They will leave you singing. Lord, I thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day, yeah.
Yes, it's that time of year. It's tax time. Do you know where to get your taxes done? Don't worry. Blair's Management Tax and Accounting Services is the place for you. This is Nigel Blair. With over 26 years of experience in the tax and accounting field, we have what it takes to prepare your taxes the right way and to make sure you take advantages of all your tax deduction and all your tax credits and get you back the maximum amount of refunds possible. So don't delay. Call us today at 954-934-5700. That's 954-934-5700.
At GCM Mortgage LLC, we turn your dreams into Shan's Nails, the ultimate nail salon with the ultimate nail experience. Have your nail done by one of South Florida's best nail tech. Come on down and be pampered by one of the best in the business. At Shan's Nail Salon, everyone feels at home. Our nail techs will go above and beyond to ensure that you get the best of your experience. With a 5.0 Google review, who will want to go anywhere else? Shan's Nails is located at 3201 Inverara Boulevard. That's in Lauderhill. So call now and make your appointment at 954-444-1474. That's 954-444-1474. Visit Shan's Nails for the ultimate manicure and pedicure experience. They will leave you singing.
Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day, yeah.
Yes, it's that time of year. It's tax time. Do you know where to get your taxes done? Don't worry. Blair's Management Tax and Accounting Services is the place for you. This is Nigel Blair. With over 26 years of experience in the tax and accounting field, we have what it takes to prepare your taxes the right way and to make sure you take advantages of all your tax deduction and all your tax credits and get you back the maximum amount of refunds possible. So don't delay. Call us today at 954-934-5700. That's 954-934-5700.
GCM Mortgage LLC. Home ownership made easy. Why, you may ask? Hey, that's easy. We'll do the work for you. At GCM Mortgage LLC, we eliminate the lengthy loan process. We pre-approve all borrowers within hours and provide a preliminary approval document to present with your purchase contract. GCM Mortgage LLC offers some of the lowest rates and makes the mortgage loan process as easy as ABC. Quick and straightforward for borrowers seeking a mortgage in the Florida area. Whether you are a first-time home buyer acquiring your dream home or an investment property, refinancing an outstanding loan or consolidating debt, our profoundly experienced team of mortgage experts can help you take that first step towards a financial solution. GCM Mortgage LLC is conveniently located at 23257 North State Road 7. That's number 200 Boca Raton, Florida. Our numbers are 954-657-1882. That's 954-657-1882. At GCM Mortgage LLC, we turn your dreams into reality. Start your loan process today.
441 in Oakland Park inside the Shell gas station is now Mikey's Car Wash, where every vehicle is hand washed, vacuumed, and dried by a human being. Mikey's Car Wash inside of the Shell gas station, 3101 North State Road 7 in Lauderdale Lakes. Mikey's Car Wash for a full detailing of any vehicle, cars, trucks, SUVs inside the Shell gas station at 3101 North State Road 7 in Lauderdale Lakes. For information, 954-816-2993. Thanks to Mikey's Car Wash and the Shell gas station on 441 and Oakland Park for your support to the ZOP Radio.
And welcome to FLEXX FM Sports Desk, another exciting episode. I'm yours truly, Nigel Blair, host. My co-host is, 89. Anyway, welcome to my local viewers, my international viewers, and my viewers throughout the world. Welcome to FLEXX FM Sports Desk. And remember, if you're on my YouTube channel, FLEXX FM Sports, don't forget to hit that subscribe button that you will always be notified when we have a sporting event or any other event going on. This last week, I tell you, we had some exciting games in the Casa League. Of course, you know, this show is mostly based on our local Casa League right here in beautiful South Florida. And I tell you, last Wednesday, we had an exciting game, Sharks of Palm Beach going up against FC International. And I tell you, that was a game to reckon with. The Sharks came out, and I tell you, they put on an exceptional performance, and they actually defeated FC International 5-1. And I tell you, and that's not an easy task to do, especially if you have watched the FC International team play before. But these Sharks of Palm Beach, they came out and they put on a fantastic performance to defeat FC International. On our Saturday games, we had, of course, the 4:30 game in the Masters was Old Timers going up against Friends United, one of the newer team in the Casa Masters League. And of course, Old Timers didn't miss a beat. You know, they defeated Friends United 5-0. And of course, as you know, that Old Timers, they have been sitting on top of the table for now year 5. I think they have won the last 4 championships in the Masters. Listen, for the teams, for the Masters teams that's watching right now, you guys need to do something about Old Timers. They need to be taken down. They're the one that retired me when they defeated my team in the final. I'm not going to tell you what the score was. In any case, that game was followed by Rockers FC going up against Sierra Leone. And Rockers FC defeated Sierra Leone 3-0. And then we had another exceptional Super League game. And that game had the young Lauderhill Lions going up against the experienced United All-Stars. And if you didn't see that game, I suggest you go back to FLEXX FM Sports and watch that game. I tell you, this young Lion team, if there's a player over 18, they may have 2. But I tell you, they gave the United All-Star a run for their money. I tell you, that was probably one of the most exciting games I've watched this year in the Casa League. Nevertheless, the All-Star was able to defeat them 5-2. And I think that the All-Star used more experience and physicality against the young players in order to defeat them. But they got a run for their money. And I tell you, it was an exciting game. If you didn't see that game, go back and watch it on FLEXX FM Sports. Tomorrow in the Super League, we have Broward FC going up against FC International. That game, I think that game is going to be that game starts at 7:30 tomorrow, right here at the Lauderhill Sports Complex. And if you're local in the Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach area, you want to come down, it's 7500 West Oakland Park Boulevard, right here in beautiful Lauderhill. And I tell you, the Casa League this year has been exciting, both the Masters League and the Super League. So always remember to always stay tuned to our channel to get updates, highlights, and to watch a game live every Saturday. We tune in at 6 p.m. with the Masters and then at 8 p.m. with the Super League games. That's it for the Casa this week. And then we have our next big league, which is the Jamaica Premier League, and we had some exciting games over the weekend. I tell you, this league is getting better and better as time goes on. First game, we had Cavaliers going up against Dunby Holden, and Cavaliers actually defeat Dunby Holden 3-1. We had Tivoli Garden going up against Falkland FC, and that ended in a 0-0 tie. We also had FC Chapelton against Waterhouse, and that was an exciting game. That game ended Waterhouse 3 and FC Chapelton 2. Arnett Garden, the rising team, went up against Montego Bay United, and they were able to do a 1-1 draw against Montego Bay. And then on Monday, we had Vere United and Malines. And that's why my co-host is not here today, because Malines actually won a game 4-0 over very united. I think he's still celebrating. Of course, you know, my co-host, Coach Brown, is also a proprietor of Malines United. So I think he's still out there celebrating the 4-0 win over Very United. And of course, final game we had Harborview going up against Humble Lion, and Harborview were able to defeat them 1-0. Now, with the 1-1 draw with Arnett Garden, they were able to take the lead in the Jamaica Premier League. Now they're on top of the table. They bumped Mount Pleasant out of the #1 spot. So they're holding on with 37 points in the #1 spot. Mount Pleasant is in second place with 36 points. Cavaliers right behind Mount Pleasant with also 36 points. Harborview, they're in fourth place with 32 points. Humble Lion holding up fifth place with 29 points. And in sixth place, we have Waterhouse with 27 points. Those are the 6 top teams in the Premier League. And just to give you an update before I go to a break, the leading scorer in the Casa League right now for the Super League. For the Super League, we have Christian Coyote of the Palm Beach Sharks leading the league with 5 goals, followed by Shane McFarlane from United All-Star with 3 goals. And in the Masters League, we have Jacob Denmark from Old Timers leading the league with 6 goals, followed by Jonathan Williams of Old Timers with 4 goals, and Christopher Stone of Old Timers with 3 goals. I mean, the Old Timers, they just manipulate the Masters League. And I tell you, as always on FLEXX FM Sports Desk, I always bring on a special guest. And today's special guest, I tell you, it's a gentleman that I've known for many, many, many years and has proven himself not only on the field, outside of the field, in the community, but just stay tuned to see who that special guest is. As we take a break to go to some of our sponsors, we'll be right back with our special guest.
Shines Nails, the ultimate nail salon with the ultimate nail experience. Have your nail done by one of South Florida's best nail techs. Come on down and be pampered by one of the best in the business. At Shines Nail Salon, everyone feels at home. Our nail techs will go above and beyond to ensure that you get the best of your experience. With a 5.0 Google review, who will want to go anywhere else? Shines Nails is located at 3201 Inverell Boulevard. That's in Lauderdale. So call now and make your appointment at 954-444-1474. That's 954-444-1474. Visit Sean's Nails for the ultimate manicure and pedicure experience. They will leave you singing.
Yes, it's that time of year. It's tax time. Do you know where to get your taxes done? Don't worry. Blair's Management Tax and Accounting Services is the place for you. This is Nigel Blair. With over 26 years of experience in the tax and accounting field, we have what it takes to prepare your taxes the right way and to make sure you take advantage of all your tax deductions and all your tax credits and get you back the maximum amount of refunds possible. So don't delay. Call us today at 954-934-5700. That's 954-934-5700.
GCM Mortgage. Mortgage LLC. Home ownership made easy. Why, you may ask? Hey, that's easy. We'll do the work for you. At GCM Mortgage LLC, we eliminate the lend-to-loan process. We pre-approve all borrowers within hours and provide a preliminary approval document to present with your purchase contract. GCM Mortgage LLC offers some of the lowest rates and makes the mortgage loan process as easy as ABC. Quick and straightforward for borrowers seeking a mortgage in the Florida area. Whether you are a first-time home buyer acquiring your dream home or an investment property, refinancing an outstanding loan or consolidating debt, our profoundly experienced team of mortgage experts can help you take that first step towards a financial solution. GCM Mortgage LLC is conveniently located at 23257 North State Road 7. That's number 200 Boca Road Town, Florida. Our numbers are 954-657-1882. That's 954-657-1882. At GCM Mortgage LLC, we turn your dreams into reality. Start your loan process today.
And welcome back to FLEXX FM Sports Desk. As we went out to the break, I promised you a special guest. And I tell you, take a seat, hold that seat, get a drink, because we're going to get into some exciting information from this gentleman. And I bring to you none other than Mr. Coach Keith Davis of the Lauderhill Lions.
Nigel,
Coach,
pleasure.
how are you, sir?
I'm blessed. Yourself?
I am great, man. I'm great. It's a pleasure to have you here on this platform.
Let me say this. It's an honor to be here at FLEXX FM, and I think I'm speaking for the whole of South Florida when I say we appreciate what you guys are doing for the community, because it's a lot of stories that hasn't been told.
Oh yes.
That FLEXX is bringing out to the public. And what's going on in a vibrant community here in South Florida.
Yeah, I tell you, we appreciate it, and we love it. And I tell you, as I mentioned before, I've known you for years.
Yes,
years I can't
back.
count. And we have to actually give homage to you for, especially in this Lauderhill community. For me, you're a cornerstone. Yeah, not just as a coach, but outside in the community. You have literally built this organization, Coach, tell our viewers a little bit about Coach Davis.
Myself? Originally from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, grew up in Brooklyn.
Hey, thank you. Sorry to hear that. I'm a Bronx man.
Well, we always, there was always a fight between the Bronx and Brooklyn. But I came down here in 1988, actually, with my club team, Hyroon, which was one of the top clubs in Brooklyn for many, many years. And we played 2 games. One was against Thunderbolts, and the other, which was Dr. Winston Alexis, was the owner of that club, and the other was Topaz with Nene Batiste and Mikey Dredd on that team. And after looked around, I went back to New York and I told my wife we're moving.
That's it, right?
That was it.
The South Florida bug hit you.
Yeah. The funny part, I had worked on Wall Street for years, and I went to the office and I said to my boss, listen, I'm moving. And he said, where are you moving to? I said, Florida. And he said, are you crazy? There's only 2 types of people that move to Florida, the newlyweds and the nearly deads. I didn't know which one I was, but I was moving.
But you were moving.
So I came down here. And my mentor, Coach Lenny Taylor, who to me is one of the greatest coaches who have ever come out of the Caribbean.
I tell you, Lenny, he has done amazing things.
Amazing stuff. He doesn't get the credit for it for some reason. But we actually went to the same high school, Boys High in Brooklyn.
Really?
So I knew him since I was 16, 15 years old.
Oh, man.
And he's the founder of Lauderhill Lions. And right away I had 2 high school friends who you're familiar with, Magic and Science.
Yes.
We are both exceptional players, and we all played high school and were very close. So we played for Lauderhill the first year, and Lenny left to go coach in the Caribbean, and that's where I came in.
As I said, you're the cornerstone of this Lions organization, and you have mentioned some great names and players that you played with, you know. And I tell you, but coach, let me ask you. So, you came down and you played ball. When did you decide to become a coach?
Seemed like I was born into it. When I was 19, right before I went off to college, I played for basically a professional Italian team in New York named Pozzallo. And they gave me the job to coach their junior team.
Oh.
And we had the most outstanding players that you could find from the Caribbean, Trinidad, Jamaica, Guyana, everywhere. All the Erasmus, Wingate, Boys, all the top schools. Because my high school coach was Mickey Cohen, who actually played professional. He was a goalkeeper, went to LIU, him and Shep Messin.
Shep Messin,
yeah,
right,
were close. So they brought me into the coaching ranks, and I've been doing it ever since, you know. Leadership seemed to always fall in my hands. I don't know why, but...
well, I mean, you've been doing great so far. I mean, all these years. Now, what school, what college did you go to?
I went to Quinnipiac College in Hamden, Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, and you did play for them, right?
Yeah. I was an all New England player. Matter of fact, my team wasn't that strong, but because I was really good, I would get recruited from New Haven, Southern Connecticut. Those coaches would be like, transfer, come on over. But I loved the scenery at Quinnipiac. It was more in the country of Hamden, beautiful campus, you know. So I stayed there, and then I would go back to New York and play for my club or play in the Italian League, which is where I grew up playing since I was 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, I do know that league. I played some of myself in that league. Now, I have a very important question to ask you, because I've known you all these years. How many times you've been mistaken to be Jamaican?
A million times. A million times. I've had people come up to me and say, yeah, I remember when I played against you in Jamaica, and I would say, sure. Yeah, man, remember? I say, all right, okay. Yeah. And I leave the argument there. But, you know, Jamaica's my second home from home.
Well, I know that.
I've been there on 3 or 4 tours with my club, friends all over Jamaica. Well, not friends, family. You know, because up to this day, my phone will ring, whether it's coaches seeking assistance or whatever. You know, relationships, you build them and you keep them. That's how, you know.
What is it that keep you grounded for the love of this sport? Because you have grown this Lauderhill team. You have stayed with them time and time again. What is it that give you that love for it?
Well, I was with Commissioner Denise Grant the other day, and we were driving on Oakland Park and 56, right by the waterfall. And I said to her, you know, this is the first image that stuck in my mind of Lauderhill. Because the waterfall right there, when I saw it, I was like, man, we ain't got this in Brooklyn. You know? And it just stuck with me. And then when I came up, Lenny was with Lauderhill. I've had offers over the year to go and coach at many different clubs. But I would never do it because I realized that I was never going to be rich in Florida. Because Florida is a different state than New York, you know. But what I could give to my community and my people was my time, and you know, try to make a difference. And that's what I've always tried to do in Lauderhill is be there for the kids, be there for the adults. I got a call from an ex-player who's living in Tenerife in Spain, and he was like, Coach, how the hell did you manage to coach all those egos? I mean, you had all these egos, and you're the only one who could coach them and say anything to them, and they didn't say anything, you know? And my answer was simple, because they know if they were in trouble, or if they were hungry, if they needed 5 cents, and I had, they were gonna get it. You know, so that's how you build that relationship, you know?
Well, as I said, you know, you're not just a coach in the community, but the work that you do outside of the community, you know, we have to give you homage for. Now, you have developed a lot of players over the years. Who are some of those players that have made it into the professional ranks?
Well, the latest one, Shaq Moore, just came back from
Just came back
representing
from
the
the World
U.S.
Cup.
at the World Cup. His dad, Wendell Moore,
Yeah.
played for me for many years. And all his kids were family. We keep it that way. Alvin James, he's the DOC over at Miramar.
Right.
Played for over 20 years in Lauderhill. Marvin Oliver.
So some great players.
Probably one of the greatest players that I've ever seen come out of the Caribbean. He went back, he was the MVP in the Pro League in Trinidad for a number of years. Played for the top teams down there.
Right.
Moanjo Smith Pepe, again played for the Strikers. There's a young man who most people don't know about, but he's always stuck in my memory. Brian Benedict. I got him from Lenny Taylor. When I got here, he went to Duke University. And I remember reading in Soccer America that he was so good he could shake you in a phone booth. And then I saw him play, and I was like, oh my God. Johan Cruyff actually took him to Barcelona.
Wow.
Fatal or at Pendergrass. Legendary forward, goal scorer.
All over.
Everything, whatever you need, he could bring to the table. He went off and played in Austria, I think, for 4 years.
Yes. He won a lot of golden boots.
Yes,
around.
yes, he did. He was, you could learn a lot from him as a forward in that he was always hungry.
Yeah.
And he always wanted the ball. And he was always willing to make the runs. Of course, if he didn't get it, he would get upset. But he would make the runs that you wanted him to make. Really great player.
You don't want to be that midfielder that doesn't pass in the ball, right?
No, a local, Lachlan Brown. Lockie, as everybody knows.
Yeah.
I got Lockie when he was 16 years old. And I remember I found him over in Plantation, right by the community center, on a Sunday sweat.
Really?
And I saw him playing, and I was like, let me go test this youth out, see if he's really good. And I tried to put that salad through his leg, and he caught it between his ankle, and he looked at me and he laughed. And I was like, yeah, you need to come play for Lions. And he won the Golden Boot at the Copa Latina. We were the only Caribbean team to ever win the Copa Latina. And he scored the most goals that year, Sean Marshall.
I think
leave him out.
Lockie played in, I think Denham Town he played for. In Jamaica.
Could be, yeah.
I think he played for.
There's a Trinidadian player called Sean Matty Marshall. And this is a player that have everything. He was smart, technically gifted, would talk to himself during the game. That's how he got the nickname Matty. People say, what's going on, But, oh my God, what a talent, and a super brain.
Yeah.
There's so many great players, and of course, Magic.
Of course.
We grew up since we were 16 years old in Brooklyn.
And there's a reason why he's called Magic.
When I tell the story, when I came up to Brooklyn, I hadn't played football for 4 years because I had lived in England in the 60s. I went there in 1966. And I probably would have been one of the first black players to hit it big in England. When I was 12, I had Spurs, Luton, Watford, Queen Park Rangers, all those teams looking to sign me. And my mom decided she was heading back home and she wasn't going to leave me.
Oh, jeez.
So I had no choice but to go home. I took my ball, I threw it in the river behind the house, gave her my soccer shoes and played cricket for 4 years until I came up to the States at 16. That's when I started back playing football.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, you mentioned Magic. I think Magic had went to Germany, didn't he?
No, he had many opportunities to go overseas, but he had worked for Pan Am at one time.
Oh, okay.
He did go down to the Caribbean and play in the professional league down there for Lenny with Hyroon Lions.
Oh, okay.
Just a so talented player, And we always argue, because I always tell people that his brother Science
So,
was better than him.
don't tell him that.
If you know science history, they will tell you science have a book where everyone that he salad, he write it down, and he write down what they said when they got the salad. Oh God, oh no, you know, because that's how we enjoy the game. Players nowadays don't enjoy football the way we did, you know.
I said it over and over. Even when I play now, I said I play for enjoyment. It's not, you know, but it is what it is. Now, Coach, earlier I mentioned the young Lauderhill Lions that's playing in the Casa right now. And I tell you, I was so impressed with them watching them play against the United All-Star, you know, and these players are some of your players, right? What made you wanted to put such a young team into the Casa League?
Well, you know, Casa and Lauderhill Lions is one.
Is one.
And there was a time when we dominated the league, Masters and Open.
Don't remind me, because
we took a break, and I kept looking around, and Cleveland and some other people called me and said, "Hey, Keith, you know, Lions is too big a club not to be playing." And our youth program has been very, very, very successful lately.
I see that, yes.
David Beckham has about 10 of our kids over at Winter. We've got a couple of kids, 6 kids just came back from Spain, from Girona.
Wow.
Where they went there for a week and a half and, you know, did really well. We had a club Friday night from Denmark, a U17 team that we played.
That you played this week, earlier this week.
And we beat them, I think, 4-0, and their coaches was so, they were like, we didn't know there was this amount of talent over here in America. And I'm like, listen, this is America. We always have athletes.
That's
and
right.
then we're getting better coaching. So with that in mind, we decided we needed to have somewhere for these kids to go after they finish youth soccer.
Right.
And Casa is a community affair. And so we decided to re-enter. But I have been, I shouldn't say surprised by their play. I've been
Well, I'm surprised.
You know what has made me the happiest is the way the crowd and the spectators
Oh, man.
have jumped on them and
embraced
supported them
Oh, yes.
and it made them feel welcome. Because most of these kids, when they play youth soccer, they don't play in front of a crowd.
Right.
And you know, years ago, I was called upon by the city. There was an issue with Casa,
Right.
and they wanted to know what my thought process was on it. And I told them, I said, listen, Casa is a fundamental thing, that is foundation for this Caribbean community. It's the only place where you can go on a Saturday night, get some good food, hear some good music, watch soccer, watch cricket, watch netball, and then meet some friends that you haven't seen in 10, 15 years.
I'm telling you,
know?
it's a great atmosphere.
For the kids to be out there now in that atmosphere and have guys come up to them and say, hey, we love what you guys are doing, keep it up. You know, it's a real good feeling that they're really enjoying right now.
Yeah, I tell you, I enjoyed watching them. I watched them 2 games. The first game I watched them, I was like, wait a minute. No, these kids are kids that going to be reckoned with. And then when I watched them over this last weekend, I was like, oh no. It's the most exciting game I've watched this season, watching them play. And the good thing about it is not that they don't back down. They play against the more experienced, bigger guys, like they're playing against their peers.
Well, it's a lion heart, you know.
Lionheart.
We tell them that, you know. And you know, these kids, they're almost all of them are A students.
No, that's great.
2 weeks ago, we got a scholarship for a kid who went to George's, came up here, went to junior college, contacted me, Dwayne Savory. He's going to Concordia in West Virginia. $19,000 a year scholarship, you know.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, I can appreciate it because, you know, I have both boys that, my last one now, he's on a full scholarship and because of soccer. And the good thing about it, what you just said, he's an A student. He's going into his final year now, and he has maintained that grade through high school and now through college. So, what is a good thing?
It's a good thing. We have a young man, actually, you saw him, the number 10.
Akeem.
He goes to American Heritage. Jason
Oh.
Ebanks.
Oh, the Banks.
Yeah.
Okay.
This kid was at Boyd Anderson a couple of years ago, came up from Jamaica, and came to us. I said, how's your grades? He says, Coach, I got a 4.7. I'm like, 4.7?
Really?
I said, well, you know what? We got to get you out of Boyd Anderson, because I already saw the talent on the field. And I made a couple of phone calls to American Heritage, and he got accepted into American Heritage. He has a 5-point-something GPA right now, and just won the state championship. So these are the things that keep me going and involved in the game.
These are the things that I love to hear, and these are the things that, this CASA platform that we have here, I think is one of the greatest things that we have here in South Florida when it comes to youth developing their skills. And I tell you, with coaches such as yourself, there's no stopping.
Yeah. Well, Kerry James, coaches like that who, and those guys I call family, because I knew his brother. And even when I go to Jamaica, the James family, whether it's Alvin's or Kerry's, they look out for the team. But these guys are doing a great job, so that we know when we can't do it no more.
Right.
But they're in good. It's going to be in good hands. Yeah.
I love it. I love it, and we're here to bring it across the world.
Yeah. And we're so thankful for that. So thankful.
That's, as I see, time is against us. But let me ask you a question, Coach. All right. And if I ask many coaches this question, how do you, as a coach, handle criticism?
I was asked that just last week by a team mom. I said, Coach, how do you handle all of this? It doesn't seem to affect you. And my thing is honesty. If I'm honest with a player or a parent, there should be no answer that I couldn't give to any question that you have. And that's how I deal with my parents, and that's how I deal with the kids. The rest of it should be easy, If you're honest, you're okay.
But what about a player that's how would you handle a player that say is on your team and he's bad-mouthing the other players? How would you handle it?
I'll have a conversation, and if that conversation don't work, you're going to be sitting on my bench. And if you're not happy on my bench, then you can find somewhere else to go and play.
Right bench, left bench, center bench.
One of the things with players is players come, players go. And at time you're hurt because you might have a player for X, Y, Z amount of years working with him, and he jumps ship. But guess what? There's another one around the corner coming to replace him. Yeah.
I tell you, Coach, you have you've developed a lot of players, as I mentioned in the past. And if we have viewers out there that wants to get in touch with Coach Davis to say, bring their child to the Lauderhill program, how can they get in touch with you?
We can go on Lauderhill Lions Soccer Academy.chat. There's all the information there about the program over the years. The city of Lauderhill, who I can't say enough about, because they do a great job of making it affordable for a lot of our kids in the community who wouldn't be able to afford to play travel soccer. Already this year, we've taken kids to North Carolina for showcase, Georgia for showcase. We're supposed to go to Virginia, because it's all about the exposure and getting these kids into college or getting them to the professional ranks. Myself, as I said, once you go into the Lauderhill online, Lauderhill Lions, you'll find my information there. And I could give my number because everybody has it anywhere around South Florida.
It's public access.
You could always reach me at 954-274-5289, and that's Coach Keith Davis.
And I tell you, for the viewers that's watching, and you're within actually the Lauderhill area, for your young child that needs a program to get into, Coach Davis has a fantastic program when it comes to that. And over the years, he has developed many, many players. And as I said, I've known you for years, Coach.
Yes, we go way back.
I have nothing but respect for you.
See, I remember trying to just bust your salad and you wouldn't take it either.
I think
you were a lot of energy.
I think you woke up out of that dream. But Coach, I tell you, it was a pleasure to have you here on my platform, and I look forward to having you back on this platform. Hopefully, I'll have you here with some of your players so we can feature them. If you have your players that wanted to be featured, Coach, the platform is here for you.
That will be a great idea. And like I said, when I speak, I don't speak just for myself, but I think I'm speaking for the whole South Florida community here, especially in Lauderhill. You guys at FLEXX, we really appreciate you coming around and being part of everything and exposing what we do here in the city. And can't say enough of it. Enough respect.
That's what we're here for, Coach. You know, I can't play anymore, but I can still get involved.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Once again, this is Nigel Blair alongside Coach Davis, Keith Davis here, saying until next week, stay tuned. Don't forget to hit that subscription button that you will be always notified when we have a program. And remember, Saturdays, tune in at 6 for our next feature of our Master League and our Super League. This is Nigel saying until next week, see you there.
Shan's Nails, the ultimate nail salon with the ultimate nail experience. Have your nail done by one of South Florida's best nail techs. Come on down and be pampered by one of the best in the business. At Shan's Nail Salon, everyone feels at home. Our nail techs will go above and beyond to ensure that you get the best of your experience. With a 5.0 Google review, who will want to go anywhere else? Shan's Nails is located at 3201 Inverell Boulevard. That's in Lauderhill. So call now and make your appointment at 954-444-1474. That's 954-444-1474. Visit Sean's Nails for the ultimate manicure and pedicure experience. They will leave you singing.
Yes, it's that time of year. It's tax time. Do you know where to get your taxes done? Don't worry. Blair's Management Tax and Accounting Services is the place for you. This is Nigel Blair. With over 26 years of experience in the tax and accounting field, we have what it takes to prepare your taxes the right way and to make sure you take advantage of all your tax deductions and all your tax credits and get you back the maximum amount of refunds possible. So don't delay. Call us today at 954-934-5700. That's 954-934-5700.
TCM Mortgage